Hello, friends. I'm from Wine Tasting Shuttle, your best wine tasting alternative near Seattle and Woodinville. Today's video comes from our first day at the Wine Tasting Shuttle virtual brunch with friends series on Facebook. We put those together to provide people with additional outlets in dealing with government social distancing measures. In this session, we talked with long-time wine enthusiast Carrie Campbell. She's a writer in Woodinville Wine blog and creator of the Woodinville Wine Industry Food Pantry, one of the initiatives that's helping people in the wine industry and the wine tourism industry in case they need it. We start just as the Facebook event description says, by sharing what we're eating, what we're drinking, and then moving on to other things, which is what we're thinking, right? We briefly talked about the food pantry. I made a few very bad jokes. Well, I made a few very bad jokes, which will probably get me in trouble, but I chose to keep them in anyways. Because it gets very interesting. We talked about the impact to our own personal lives, not just the industry. Or the impact from social distancing measures to fight COVID-19, and what we're doing to cope with it. Let's see how the conversation went. It's weird. I wanted to have French toast, but I also wanted to, like, the thing with brunch is supposed to be like a hybrid between, lunch and breakfast, right? So
yeah.
So what I did is I made my own burger patty, but I made it like I think they call it lumberjack style, where you mix in the onion and all the in with the meat, which is kind of more like a meatloaf if you ask me.
But then you put an egg on top and it's breakfast.
I actually made scrambled eggs, but for my choice of bread, it's French bread, but I made French toast for the bread.
Oh, are you going to show us your breakfast on camera?
It doesn't look pretty.
Either does my face at this time of the morning, and I'm still putting that on.
Oh, come on.
I cannot have a Bloody Mary or mimosa right now because I'm about to drive over to the food pantry and drop off some canned fruit. And Jen
I still have like 6 small sanitizing wipe containers that I meant to take you to take to the pantry last week. But something came up.
Take it next weekend because we still have a few wipes this weekend. We're talking about the Woodinville Wine Industry Food Pantry. People are eligible for it if they worked in the Woodinville wine industry, tasting rooms, wineries, etc., or a restaurant.
Honor system, by the way.
Yeah. No check-in ID, no check-in rent stubs or paychecks. No.
Yeah. Wine Industry Anonymous, I guess. That was a bad
joke. No. I'm very public about my drinking problems. The problem is I don't have anything besides tea in this cup right now.
Yeah. Trust me, Carrie, I don't have a drinking problem. I have a supply problem. That's a different
thing. So I was up at 2:30 this morning, and I got an Amazon delivery window, and it's amazing because I typed really fast, but I would go to click. It's like, do you want us to drop off, your groceries at 6 a.m.? I'm like, sure. And by the time I clicked it, it's like, oh, never mind. We didn't have a window. I'm like, what? Refresh. And they're like, okay, we're charging your credit card. Nah, we're not charging your card. We lost the window. So the 4th time was the charm. And it took half an hour of refreshing and clicking yes, I want you to go ahead and And it finally worked. And some poor guy was on my doorstep at 6 a.m. with my groceries. Oh.
Well, everybody's trying to do something to fight this. And maybe that's their part of their, that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
I'm working at Safeway. I've been for a while now, but I work at a gas station. I manage their closing shift. And I say that I manage the closing shift because I'm the only one there.
Well, then you're in charge.
I'm in charge. I'm in charge. And it's kind of weird, seeing all these people now after what is how long has it been? Like 3 weeks since the first stay-at-home order, or 4 weeks, whatever. But it is now that it's starting to feel like people are slowing down. At least when you think about the grocery store and the gas station itself, it is actually now 2 or 3 weeks afterwards that I think, well, I think people are really starting to stay home now.
I feel like if most of us finally have the groceries that we feel safe, like my shelves are now full, and the only reason I got an Amazon delivery was I needed canned fruit for the pantry and eggs for my neighbors and a little shredded cheese. I can go for weeks now. I will just miss strawberries and blueberries, but that's fine. And I'm reading old wartime World War II rationing cookbooks and watching old movies about, they had it much worse. In the fact that I'm crying because I got some blueberries. They didn't have blueberries for years over there. I need to shut up.
Well, I kind of have a sort of a transferable skill because I grew up in Puerto Rico. There are lots of hurricanes. People from Florida would relate to this. With all the hurricanes going around, especially this last few years, so many of them. Mm-hmm. When hurricane season starts May 1st, ends December 1st, right? Mm. So on May 1st, people stock up, and when hurricanes come in, they know that the government is going to stop selling alcohol. So people rush to the supermarket and then stock up on alcohol. And it's funny, but it's not even a joke. But I've learned through my years growing up and living most of my adult life in Puerto Rico that we regardless we need to keep a 2-week supply. Now, from the operations and supply chain standpoint, it makes perfect sense. If your check comes in every 2 weeks, then you need to make sure that right. So, I mean, and of course, this is not judging or criticizing anybody that's hoarding supplies, because I definitely, to a point, did the same thing. It's just that, and I said to a point, because remember, I have to go to work every day at a Safeway fuel station, so I don't have that much need of inventory. And I don't want to rub this one on you, but I can actually get strawberries and avocado and
yeah.
By the way, that's what's on the menu for tomorrow's brunch: avocado toast.
Yum.
Yes.
Well, and I can go to a grocery store, and I was shopping for the pantry, but I'm living with the 63-year-old. So he's a little bit more at risk, although he's in good health. And I'm thinking just running the pantry and being around the very few people that come every day, I'm putting my boyfriend at risk, but he's at more risk for like a heart attack or health problems if he goes home and lives alone for a month. Well, or just after retiring, that'll stress him out more than
Well, even with the little that you're moving around, you being out there can bring something home. So the more you limit your movement, the better. Now I'm seeing someone too, and we agreed that in order to not put her mom at risk, we are on, what do you call that? Hiatus? Better.
Is that like a reference to Friends, Ross and Rachel? We were on a break.
No, you read my mind. I was no, but it's not that kind of break. No, it's about being practical.
Yeah.
And I know it's everybody's dream to kill their mother-in-law, but I don't want to.
No, exactly. I love being at home. I am an extrovert, and I miss being able to throw parties. And I went in a month ago. I was going to restaurants every day and maybe twice a day, and that's part of my job as a volunteer wine blogger. But I love being home. I've worked hard to make my home comfortable and cozy, and I have books and Netflix. Thank God the internet is still working, and I'm really enjoying being at home and getting stupid stuff done. Like last night, we're watching this really dumb, fun movie. I forget what it's called. It's with John Cena, and he's a firefighter, and they have to babysit these kids.
Oh, this is a recent one from last week.
Yeah. What's it called? It was really good.
With a little girl, right?
Yeah, she's adorable, and So I'm sitting there sorting out like drawers from the bathroom. I'll just carry the drawer out, and I'm sorting while I watch, and I'm getting stuff done. Like we're pulling out the fridge and the oven like you're supposed to do once or twice a year, and sweeping and mopping behind it. We haven't done that in 2 years. Every time
I thought it was a decade. Never mind.
Oh no, you can find dead mice behind there. I'd rather find them sooner rather than later.
Yeah. We shouldn't be talking about dead mice because people could. Well, I mean.
Oh yeah, people are eating. That's right.
We could be.
Audience.
if we have people streaming, they might be eating. So.
And how
Sorry,
do
guys.
you know who is streaming or not? Because on Facebook, it would say 11 people are watching, and then it would show them drop off out of boredom.
Maybe. Well, they can join us and tell some jokes or something.
Exactly. Oh, there's a comment window.
Where do you see that metric? Because I was kind of looking for it, and
I don't know on Google.
for the streaming metrics.
Yeah. It says there's 2 people, but that's just the 2 of us that are on. Don't know. Oh, no.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
That's fine.
And you sent a chat message. Well, anyways, it's the first one I actually put together, and I think I messaged you yesterday. I figured out how to put it on YouTube simultaneously.
Good.
Oh, shoot! I didn't issue the disclaimer. This is being recorded.
Oh no! I'm shocked.
So yeah. No.
Oh, it's a little weird to see my face up in the tiny in the corner because I'm not sure if I'm on camera with my drink. There. Cheers. And
well, you can also pin, and this one I know. You can also pin your own picture in the big screen. I think
that sounds kind of narcissistic, but okay. It sounds very narcissistic.
No, you just click on yourself, and then it changes. And you know what's really cool when there's more people, like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're mobile, the screen automatically changes to the person that's talking.
Oh wow!
And then you have in the computer, you'd have your sidebar where all the other people are.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a brewery that they're in Woodinville too. Their main production facility is in Woodinville, but they're originally from Everett. It's called Crucible Brewing.
Mm.
And Dick and Sean, the owners and brewers, they are holding a daily hangout. You just come hang out virtually with the people at Crucible Brewing, and then employees who are working because they're still working, right? And customers come in and they use this platform, and I've been joining them, perhaps allegedly even during work hours, but
allegedly. One good thing that's coming out of this situation is all of the people, Jen and I have been yelling at people for 2 years now, the way we got yelled at for 2 years, to get on video and use video more and do more interviews with your winemakers. And people didn't do it before. And now people finally are getting up the guts to do it, or they have to do it. And they're on camera more and letting us have behind the scenes sneak peeks. It's about
William, you know William. So William, my photographer and also social media manager, he's a victim of COVID because I had to fire him because I can't pay him anymore.
Oh, well, that kind of victim. Fine. I thought you might have got it. I was like, oh no.
No, financial. Right?
Yeah.
He's been on my case saying, B's the way to go. You need to do this. You need to do that. I'm like, I don't know if I'll be camera shy. And he looks at me with this face like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, you seriously?
Now I do have to hammer the Facebook point home one more time. If we were on Facebook having this chat, I could be streaming it to my page with 30,000 fans, and I could be running a watch party on my personal Facebook for my few hundred friends, although only 3 or 4 of them would probably watch it.
Even if we do it on, what was that platform you told me about?
StreamYard.
Okay, StreamYard.
So even if you couldn't stream this to my Facebook page, you'd stream it to yours, I could still run a watch party as Carrie Campbell in my personal profile and invite all of my friends to do it. And when Jen did that the other day, we had Woodinville Wine Blog chatting with other people using StreamYard on Facebook. We were streaming it to our thousands of fans on Facebook if they chose to watch it, and most of them didn't or weren't around. But then Jen started a watch party and got us 8 more viewers just from her friends who haven't seen her in a long time and wanted to see what was going on. That was kind of cool too.
Huh.
And since Google and Facebook are mortal enemies, they're never going to let each other stream to each other, blah. Although you can stream to YouTube from StreamYard on Facebook.
Which means there's got to be a Google connection because Google owns YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you can stream to YouTube, that means you can also archive it and record it at the same time because every single video that you stream into YouTube gets archived.
Yes. Although
by the way, it is archived in Google Drive, not really in YouTube.
And the value of that is I don't think anybody's going to go back a year from now and watch our dumb chatting about wine, an hour long of us going, woohoo, we're drinking, but it's still,
I know who will.
And it still affects your SEO, and you can search for Woodinville wine tasting and it might come up, So
yep, definitely.
I just have to make sure I didn't pick my nose or scratch myself on video, and then I'd have to delete it because no one needs to see that a year from now or at all.
I don't mind because still even years from now we can still spin it and make it into something funny that people will enjoy.
Supposedly everybody's favorite video of me, well, there's two that they love to mention when they meet me, is I tasted a blue wine one time and I almost started crying. It tasted horrible. And I said it smelled like diabetes. And then,
oh, Jesus Christ, that's cruel.
Yeah. And then recently I was opening up a sparkly edible glitter thing and it poofed all over my face on live video. And people thought that was hilarious. I'm like, you're welcome. This is how I roll. Never afraid to embarrass myself on video.
Hey, I think it's about how you carry yourself, Carrie.
Yeah, that's why my name is Carrie.
Maybe. Oh.
So you have been driving people to tasting rooms on the Wine Shuttle for months or years. Yeah, when everything opens up, if you had a Sunday off by yourself or with your person you're seeing, you were going to personally go to a tasting room, what would be the first one you would rush over and go to?
In Woodinville?
Yeah. Not to play favorites, but there's so many.
No. Honestly, I would try to go to one that I haven't been before.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult. It's a difficult answer because I'm still trying to think because I've been to. Well, I went to Davenport when it was still open. Now it's others.
Yeah.
But I'd say. I would probably go to. I would probably try places that I haven't been in a while, or new wineries that have opened in the last 2 or 3 years. Places that haven't been in a while are Page.
Me either.
Let me see what else. Flying Dreams. I don't even know if they're open.
I don't think so. He turned into cider or something. That's Leroy. He's amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Have you been in the West Valley district, so near Woodhouse and Eisenhower? Have you been to Celano Winery? It's spelled Celaeno. I bet you haven't.
Is that near Sumerian Brewing?
It's right next door to Eisenhower.
Right, but across the train.
Yeah, across the road from Sumerian, kind of.
Right,
yeah.
It's kind of between Chateau Saint Michel and I'd say Twisted Cuban, the Horseshoe.
It's a little different strip mall than the one with Basil Cellars, and it used to be Tandem Wine Bar and Cascade Cliffs, which is amazing wine. Oh my God, they're Barbera. Oh,
yeah.
Nebbiolo.
That's all the shops are too. Well, I've tried over there. I haven't tried Celano, but again, I would try stuff that I haven't.
Yeah. And I've never been to Kestrel, to be honest. I can't find their front door.
Kestrel?
Yeah.
I think
they're next to Genoa Cellars, and then it says Kestrel, but then there's a picture of a lady on the door, and the door never looks open, so I've never been there. And I've never been into Eye of the Needle, although I've popped in for a second and said hi to Lauren, but I've never drank there.
Last time I was at Eye of the Needle was for a jazz show.
Yes, they're so good at doing music events at the winery. Oh yeah, yay!
William was playing, and I recorded his first set. It was so amazing. I mean, this guy's awesome. Anyways, that was the last time I was on Eye of the Needle, but that was just before this whole COVID-19 started.
Did you tell William about the food pantry, by the way? Because if he's a local musician, he's eligible.
And he does work. He does work for industry in a sense. He's not. I mean, he's not pouring wine, but he's got a couple social media pages, and he's a photographer for many of the wineries, particularly in Artisan Hill,
and a musician, so he's eligible.
Yeah. Yeah, I told him he's got a 2-year-old or 3-year-old.
Oh, yeah, come get food.
So hey, this is what's going on. If you're sharing something, go ahead and.
And it's not charity. It's not like people are like, oh, those poor people. It's the industry supporting its own.
No, it's us coming together while physically apart.
Exactly.
I don't like to call it social distancing, because here's the phenomenon: we are not distancing ourselves socially. Actually, what we're doing is looking for alternative way to come closer socially.
Yeah.
When you think about it, this is what we're doing now. This is what we've been doing with Facebook for the last 20 years or whatever. We're just finding different and I dare say more efficient ways to come together. So we're physically apart, but not socially distant.
Yeah. I wish they would call it physical distancing.
I'm gonna quote that.
Yeah. And I think our priorities are changing, because normally on a Saturday morning, you would be out driving the shuttle and I would be out throwing a party or going out or whatever. We wouldn't be. We wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Unless I was on your shuttle, which I kept trying to find a slot. Now I have every Saturday open, but you can't drive me.
Yeah, the shuttle is in storage.
Yeah.
Hopefully not for long.
Yeah.
But I'd rather temporarily close the business for my own good and for the good of the people. I mean, of course, it's mandatory, but I would have done it anyways.
Right.
So I can have a market to come back to.
Yes.
You know
and I'd rather stay home a little longer to be on the safe side than go out in public and we all get sick in a week. We're like, restaurant, get my hair done, get my pedicure, get my boy's haircut.
Yeah. That thing about staying home or going out and being extrovert versus introvert. Well, it turns out that I don't know if it's a term or not, but I'm kind of like I'm making up stuff here. Maybe I'm kind of like an ambivert, in the sense that I even took the Myers-Briggs test, that the real one, not the internet one.
Oh yeah, the real one.
And I am basically half and half, because I'm 60% extrovert, 40% introvert, which basically means, yeah, I'm outgoing, high energy, whatever, when I'm out there, but I love to be home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you ask me, what would you be rather doing right now? My answer is always going to be nothing.
Well, and I'm an extrovert, but my hobbies are very solitary. I like to read and write. And if people are talking to me, I can't do either of those. So the frustrating part is I have a boyfriend who doesn't really like to read or watch TV, which bless him for not liking TV. More people, I should watch less TV, but I love watching it and he needs to shut up when I'm watching.
Which is kind of, and you're weird because I know a lot of women that would love their boyfriend to be talking with them all the time.
Yeah, or staying home with them and like, yeah, I'm not clingy at all. I'm like, bye. And I'm probably one of the only girlfriends in the world that during, football season, I'm like, honey, it's Sunday. I made you a bunch of appetizers. Please have a bunch of friends over. Here I'm here. Goodbye. Please have some men over. See ya. Don't care if you watch some strippers later. I don't care. Bye.
I'm going to go check out some wine. Be right back.
Exactly.
Oh, speaking of wine, I didn't tell you my drink today.
Oh, yeah.
Some people may consider it a sacrilege, but I don't care. It's my wine and I do whatever I want with it. Okay. That was my teenager moment. Anyways, so back in 2015, I visited Walla Walla for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was by myself, so I was very flexible. I went to a lot of places. I went to this place called, I think it's Tanjuli. Yes, Tanjuli. And I bought a bottle of their 2013 Orange Muscat.
Ooh. Oh, beautiful label.
Yeah, very, very artsy. And I bought that. I mean, it's been in the fridge for a while, thank God, because it would have spoiled by now. So I'm spritzing it with club soda because it's so sweet. But the flavor profile itself, as the name suggests, orange, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, the tropical, it's like a warm flavor.
Oh,
So I figured since I don't really like sweets too much, I'm gonna
Yeah.
spritz it with club soda and let's see what happens. And I'm loving it.
I don't usually buy orange muscat because it is too sweet for me, and only because my palate has finally improved. 15 years ago, I only wanted sweet wine, like woohoo! But I grew up. But Davenport had an orange muscat, and I bought it reluctantly because, well, they're closing. It'll be hard to get this. I'll get
Hmm.
some. And I loved it. But I can't say that I could drink more than a glass at a time, which is nice because I'm not supposed to be pounding wine as hard as I am right now. But why not? It's not like I can drive.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I whipped out the club soda, so I can actually have more than one glass.
Yeah.
You know.
So
And,
I got a question for you. Speaking
yeah.
of Walla Walla, if you have the wine tasting shuttle, how many hours can you drive before you're sore and like, God damn it, I'm sick of driving. This is horrible, etc. Because I have a theory. I have an idea.
Well, I I haven't pushed myself physically too much driving lately. I
So there's
did drive
nowhere to
to
go.
Walla Walla. I did drive to Walla Walla on my first year with the shuttle. I got chartered for a whole weekend.
Mhm.
I made a crap load of money
Oh,
because it's a charter,
yeah.
right? For the whole weekend, right? And I could go straight to Walla Walla, no problem. Just making what we call bio stops, right? Now,
Yeah.
get
Prosser.
get
Lunch and
get
party.
a snack, get a snack, take care of some business, and we keep going, right? And I played movies for people because I do have a killer audiovisual system, and this is not meant as a promotional because we're just in conversation.
No, I asked.
But so I can go to Walla Walla, no problem. Now, as far as how long can I go? Well, the longest I've driven was 17 hours.
Wow. In the shuttle?
And no,
Because that's
personally,
different than a car. Yeah.
but it's a little bit of a sweet and sour story. That was in 20 and in 20 let me see 2009 2009 December 2009 when I drove from Jacksonville. Well, I intended to drive from Jacksonville to Ann Arbor, Michigan, because I was about to start my master's degree. There was a mudslide in Tennessee, so I ended up driving 17 hours and still being halfway there.
Oh.
And I say, you know what? F this crap. But the first rest area or motel I find, I'm just gonna,
Mhm.
and then I couldn't even almost get out of the car. Anyways, I think that the short answer would be if you're asking about the shuttle, I can probably go about 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
But
So my idea
nobody
was
should drive 5 or 6 hours straight. They should take a break, stretch their legs,
right.
the circulation's going. That's it.
So my idea was have a bunch of wine industry people charter the shuttle, and then we all stay in whatever hotel rooms in Walla Walla. We do
Okay.
whatever amount of nights, do the wine stuff. You are going to miss out on some of the wine tasting the first and last day because you have to drive. But when we arrive, you're doing whatever you want, and the next day. And then we just have a whole bunch of wine industry people, and we stop in Prosser for late breakfast or early lunch, and then keep stretch everyone's leg.
Mhm.
It'd be interesting because then we could learn a lot from the other people in the industry and have fun. And
Well, that'd be awesome. And you know what?
we're still paying you, but maybe you're giving us a little industry discount, but you were still
No,
charging.
actually, we can. Here's for me the value of the experience itself and being able to tell it is ultimately more important. I don't have any children, but I used to fantasize about being a grandpa telling kids the stories, right? Because we all remember our grandpas doing that. Well,
Yeah.
those who do. Well, my point is that maybe we could try to do it as sort of a networking event, or sort of like you know how people do their how they do, like, I don't know, singles cruises or or I don't know, Star Wars cruises, then we could have our wine industry Walla Walla weekend.
However, if we go on a weekend, a lot of the people are working in their tasting.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But we don't want to take your shuttle away from Woodinville when you would be making money, but we also don't want you to take off a Monday or Tuesday from your real job, because then you lose income too. So we still got to pay you because you're going to have some lost income. So
here's something I've learned in operations management. Anything can be planned and executed if you have enough time.
Yes. Yes. And right now, all we have is time.
There you go.
Did you hear a hellacious amount of barking in the background? My boyfriend is home. I got to go help him load food into the car.
That didn't sound right. Okay, this is what I sounded.
Where my dog arrived.
Oh, if you notice, like there's a lot of barking in the background. That's because my boyfriend is home. Like,
I meant the dogs were so glad to see him.
It was a human, but never mind.
All righty, I'm going to take my leave. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Because we talked too much.
Hey, that's
so eat your cold breakfast.
I don't think either of us mind. So.
And I'm going to explore. Oh, now I know how to. Oh, now I know how to do everything I wanted to know how to do. Okay.
Our second talk was with artist Olga Ivanova, a resident of Bothell who loves to cook, drink wine, paint, draw, and design jewelry. We got really deep into a conversation about COVID-19 pandemic and how it's transforming humanity, how it's transforming us. Let's take a look at that conversation.
Yep. What you have?
So I'm having. This is not working. This is what is left of. This is a hamburger.
Cool.
It is a hamburger. It's a patty melt, so it's a hamburger with caramelized onion on top and cheese. That's it. No.
Nothing else.
Nothing
Okay.
else. That's it. But the hamburger, I made it. I think it's called lumberjack style. I was telling. So earlier today, Carrie from Woodinville Wine Blog joined us.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling her, I think it's called lumberjack style burger, where you take the ground beef, and when you make the burger, you mix into the ground beef. You mix onion, garlic, and that, and then you make the burger.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
That's making a sense. It's like for something for like for the meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a meatball. Like a meatball.
Could I close my door? Just a second.
Okay. Your door.
Now my mom talking with my country, with Estonia. So it's my grandma's sister and her son. I don't know. That's my relatives. I already talked with them, and so I'm just jump to this.
Well,
yeah, she's very old. She's 85, and yeah, they're staying at home. Yeah, they're staying at home, and we're just very worried about them.
It's right now with the things that are going on in the world, it's very risky to be that old, you know.
Yeah, I know. But my mom has a Skype meeting. They just usually do like one time, twice time in a week. They just all the time connected. So
good. But yeah, here we are.
Yep. I just made a pasta with mushrooms, and that was some Alfredo and some cheese inside. That was nice. Laura enjoyed it. So I baked some eggplants with dill. And eggplants, yeah.
All right, Oh man, you're making me look simple.
No, it's not a one time what I cook. We just making that dishes, and some of eaten and some of leftovers. We have a choices what we would like to eat.
But you were still able to bring them together and make it sound delicious.
So
Not like
that's
me. I just made a hamburger. And instead of using regular burger, I made French toast to make the bread for the bread. Oh my god, that's disgusting.
no, it's okay. For
And
me, just to put it beautiful on a plate, it's like piece of art. Something here, something there. Here that's supposed to be red. It's like, yeah, that's
I don't, for me, if it tastes good and I'm hungry, I'll eat it. That's it.
I know.
But I I I I if it looks nice, even better. Yeah.
I know. Sometimes representation making a first impression. You see that you really would like to have it. That's how we just choosing that dishes from the menu. If someone just reading ingredients, yes, I'm reading ingredients, but I would like to see the picture how it looks like. So that's
Well,
true.
that's true. But also to your point, a lot of the menus nowadays are just written words. But if you read the menus, you will immediately realize the language is very very descriptive. The language is I'll give you an example. Here's how I would describe what I had today. All right, I would call it the French. If it's a menu item for brunch, I would call it the French patty melt.
Okay.
What is a French patty melt? It would be a golden brown. Let me see. Let me start with the meat because that's usually want to start with the protein, I guess. And I would call it, since I'm calling lumberjack style. I will start with lumberjack style hamburger, right? Made of 1/4 of a pound. It's actually more. I did like a half a pound, but 1/4 of a pound of ground chuck with onion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, topped with sauteed caramelized onion and cheese, served on French bread, French toast, with a side of golden hash brown topped with sour cream
Mm-hmm.
and fluffy, creamy scrambled eggs.
Yeah, very
And
good description.
trust me, it sounds a whole lot better than what it looked like. Well, I was doing the cooking, so of course, but it's.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the meeting. What?
Can I see
No?
later on the
Later. We have a meeting.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? What are you
Good.
doing?
I'm good. I'm just talking to my friend.
Are you talking?
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Okay, keep going. Yeah, she already wake up so early. That was update in her. Laura, please close the door. Laura. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Here we go.
Yeah, we all talking. We all just in the social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to have a space to not to disturb each other. And Laura on a phone, my mom with my relatives on a computer, and with you right there. So we just all talking. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I already done with my farfalates and so with mushrooms. Actually, I was very surprised with Laura. Laura loves that.
Mushrooms?
Mm-hmm. Because she not all the time eating them. She prefer meat. But she told how I cooked that. She really liked that.
Chocolate.
Mm-hmm. Piece of chocolate. My God, that's the last piece. I just found it.
I'm still having the French toast.
No, I'm already done with the main dish, and so I have a Riesling. It's not so sweet. It's a little bit.
Mom, I just found my username.
Okay, great. Continue. Close the door.
You're being such a mom, like blah 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 blah. Leave me alone. Hey, go away.
No, she shared some news. Her friend found her username. She found her in a game or somewhere. You know, she just so excited. So this Riesling, it's really not so sweet how I expected, but I really like that.
Well,
I don't know why it's bubbling. It's bubbles. It's very interesting. It's not supposed to be like a champagne, but it's a little bit bubbly.
Well, I'm having a muscat.
Oh, cool! I like muscat.
But I think it's a late harvest. I don't even remember if it's late harvest or ice wine. I don't think it's an ice wine. Yeah, it's a late harvest. Anyways, it's very, 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 very sweet. So I did. I made a cocktail out of it. Just pour it over some ice, add some club soda, and now it's perfect.
Yeah, it's made that perfect. Sweetness lower, right? Yeah.
And that's what I'm having. I drank the bottle, but then again, it's been a couple hours, anyways.
So you saw the picture what I saw I sent you, right? That's
yes.
That's the Aragon, medium dry.
Can you share it? Can you share it? Can you share it now on the screen so that people that are watching can know what you're talking about?
I don't know how. So if you're gonna navigate me, I can make a picture.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think that you need to hit. So when you get into it, I think you need to hit like a % button or something.
Where? Okay, we'll see.
Let me see if I can double log in. I can probably follow you.
Okay. Because for me, I see myself, but it's really cool.
That happened because.
Yes, моя дорогая. Мы разговариваем.
Где ты нашла это?
Лаура, это была последняя конфетка. Да, это была последняя конфетка для меня. That's the last piece. Yeah, you can check, and we have some M&Ms. Okay, on a shelf.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
I was trying to make sure I don't get that feedback again because I'm logging into my phone to see how I can. Let me see. Description.
Okay, I have you double.
I know. Because
that's why probably it's like a
since you're on your phone, I went and logged in my phone as well to see if I can figure out how to. And I went off again.
Okay. Yeah, how you can share that? It's very interesting.
Ah, there it is. So
Numbers.
so what you need to do is let me shut this off. Hold on.
Okay.
There. So what you need to do is that you go to in the top, you click on the screen, on your phone screen, and then you see three little dots on the top right,
Okay.
and then you can switch camera, turn on the captions, present the screen, or report a problem. If I say present the screen, I can hit start presenting, start now. You see, and that's my screen. And then let me see.
Okay. What to do with
Now
that?
I have to be careful because I don't want to show any inappropriate content,
Of
right?
course.
And this is the wine you were talking about.
Yes. This is it. It's very, very interesting blue bottle. Yep.
Is that what you're having now with the chocolate?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's called Blue Moon. Oh my gosh. There you go.
So yeah, I'm gonna stop presenting now, and there we go. Boom.
Boom. Oh, that's a great color right now.
All right. Hey, so we both learned something today.
Yep. So you can use that picture what I send you also if you know how to use them.
Well, so while I was talking with you, I did present it, so it's going to show up in the recording later when I post this. When I post this on YouTube, it will show up. Oh man, this is so good.
What are you doing?
I'm eating my French toast hamburger that I described to you.
Oh, you continue? Nice.
Yeah.
I already done with the dish. Yeah, that was so fast. Actually, that was not a brunch for me. That was like a breakfast for me. Yeah, breakfast with a wine. It's like a good beginning of weekend. Breakfast with a wine.
We need the wine.
Yeah, we need the wine. That's true.
So yeah. Well, I'm still eating because I made. Problem I've been having since I had the stomach reduction surgery a few years ago. It's gonna be 3 this year, and since then I can only eat small amounts at a time, right?
Yeah, I know.
And I made so much food today that I've been eating for an hour and a half. So I have to eat, wait, and then eat again,
Yep.
and wait.
Got it. Yep.
You know, so a regular small serving dinner can take me 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. So,
But that's good. We can talk during that time, right? We can sip.
my God, this is so good.
Yeah. So I didn't have a meat. Probably I'm gonna make a chicken today with I still have a fresh mushrooms. I'm gonna make a chicken, probably some onion on top, mushrooms,
Onion.
and some spread of cheese on the top, and I'm gonna bake that. I'm gonna make it chicken breast flat because I'm gonna beat that.
Powder?
You know, yeah, that's gonna be like a, I don't know how it's called.
Like a schnitzel?
Yeah, kind of that. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be soft and it's gonna be done very fast. And with mushrooms, it's cooking very, very fast also. So same like a cheese. And what I really need to do, it's like chopped onions very, very in small pieces to make it done in the same time, because onion it's a most product what's like staying longer in the oven, not to make done.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
I was cooking all this to get ready for this live brunch, and I I I just cooked everything up, um, set up the computer, did all of that, brought the food here, and I haven't gone back to the kitchen. I don't even know what it looks like.
Oh, come on. You're gonna figure it out later. Right now, you
Yeah,
just enjoy the time and yeah, just have fun.
that's the problem. I'm the kind of guy that if I don't take care of if I don't take care of stuff immediately, later I'm going to be like, nah. But
That's
I
fun.
haven't looked at my kitchen, and I think it's going to be a mess when I finally get back there.
You know, that's fun to live in alone. Nobody gonna just direct you what to do. If you're ready to do that, you're gonna go to just fix that. If not, so not gonna judge you. That's great. You know,
Yeah,
yeah. So don't make excuses. That's your life. You're doing whatever you like. That's a perfect
that's right.
to have your own space. You know, it's like actually my friend who I work with in Nordstrom, she just immigrated to United States probably more than a year ago. They just won a green card,
Mhm.
and she work, and she actually I probably told you about her. We just had a meetings with her. She is how to tell that occupation. She is doing oh my how her occupation right calls right. I don't know.
Don't lose the story.
She is doing promotions. Um, no, it's a different. I don't have that word right now, but anyway, that's the other story.
Say it
So
in Russian.
yeah, she bought a home. I was so happy for her.
Wow.
She rented. Yeah, that's the main part of the what I'm trying to say. So she bought a home, and she has a husband, and she has a older girl and another girl what uh, was with Laura together in the same school, but it's different. Was it like 2 years?
Mhm.
Different. Laura older than the youngest one. So and we still connected, you know, all the time back and forth. But during that weird time, so we didn't connect. And she just made a post on a Facebook yesterday. What they bought a home, and actually she recommended me very good real estates. And honestly, I know that people before, but I didn't know what they're doing. So I was know that. I was like a not friend, but I already talk with that people, but not
Acquaintance.
yeah, but not by their profession. You know, it's the one of them real estate, and another one it's like a financial. They're doing some loans, and I didn't know what they're doing, so I just know them like a people, like just a
Yeah.
simple people.
If you don't know what they're doing, that it doesn't really matter. You know.
Yeah. So right now I know.
I think I'm gonna get more wine.
Yeah, we just talk. We just talked with you before what I really would like to buy a home. Right now I know the people who can help me. You know, it's like information coming
It's a network.
from the different sources. It's like, you know, it's like in a one place, and sometime maybe that's gonna be helpful.
Yeah. It's a network. It's a network.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
you look like say there are many super talented photographers out there, you know, and many super talented musicians out there. But I'm pretty sure that if you need a musician, you probably are going to look for somebody that you know that plays music, or that I know that play music, and we're gonna go to William. Or if we know a photographer, we're gonna go to, because he is close, you know, and he's very good. You've seen his work. that sort of thing. If I need someone that is artistic for a paint or for a drawing, I'm going to call you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there is this. I think that there is this sort of implicit trust in familiarity. What I mean is, even if you never go to William's show to hear him play, if I tell you, because because you and I are familiar with each other, because we are connected, right? If you need a jazz band or a jazz quartet, and I tell you, oh, I have a friend that is really good. He's been playing in Woodinville. He's been playing Capital Cider and all these places. Name is William. Here his number. You're going to call him because the familiarity between us will kind of like cast a halo or cast or how can I say it, would pre-qualify the recommendation. You know what I mean? Right? And that's what I think networking is, which is a little bit different from I'd say cronyism or nepotism, where you just, hey, you give the job to your friend because he's your friend, not because he's a good musician.
Yeah, it's a in a first, it's a good musician, but it's my friend, right? So we recommend that because of he is a good musician, but he's also my friend,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Because I am not recommending him as a friend. I'm recommending him as a musician.
Of course, in the first.
Or a photographer, or a social media manager, or a college professor. Because this guy
professor doesn't matter. Yeah.
He's awesome. I love this guy.
Yeah. So he's like he's your friend. It's like a references. It's not like
true.
Concise. Yeah, it's like an extra reference.
That's why I call it networking or network, because it's all connected. I mean, you're connected to me, I'm connected to him, he's connected to somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that if we don't have to look too hard within the people that we know to find whatever support or whatever things we need to address any I don't know, any matters that come across. But anyways, this is starting to sound like a like advice show.
Yeah, it sounds like we promotion in a networking. It's like, yeah, but anyway,
no,
it's our life.
Let me say something. Let me say something for the people that are listening, because I know there's some people watching the live stream and that will watch the video later. Olga and I are talking about William Munoz. He is a photographer, college professor. He is a professional recording artist, trumpet player, and he plays Woodinville Wine Country, Seattle, and other places with his jazz combo. You can look him up. William Munoz photo and William Munoz trumpet. He's got a Facebook, Instagram page. You can go into Wine Tasting Shuttle. You look at all our pictures. That's why that is all his work. And the music that I used for our last video, where we did the Lisa Callan, shout out to Lisa Callan from Callan Cellars. So when we did when we bought some of her wine and did the pickup, the music you hear in the background is actually William playing his trumpet live at Eye of the Needle in Woodinville. So anyways, go check out his YouTube channel. That's end of the commercial.
Oh, that's great. So that's actually not commercial. It's like a truth what you're telling the people, right? It's like, yeah.
You know, we met 3 or 4 years. I can't remember. It was 3 or 4 years ago. Back Well, I was with another friend of mine. I was running a domino club. It's a
Hmm.
particular style played in the Caribbean, particularly in Puerto Rico. It's called the Capicu style. You only play heads and tails dominoes. Um, so a friend of mine and I put the domino club together, and he showed up to one of the meetings. I think that's the way it went. He showed up to one of the meetings. We got acquainted. We played a couple rounds. He told me he played the trumpet, and then he also was a photographer. And from then on, I mean, I saw him play live. We've introduced each other to other people, and we've been in business for 2 years now. He's been the wine tasting shuttle photographer and the person that we go to when anybody needs music, live music.
Yeah, I can't wait to just come back to the normal schedule and just visit all his shows. Yeah, I visited once and that was amazing. That was a really really amazing, and I would
Yeah.
like to hear and just present in a more shows.
He was going to be he wanted to be here today, but he had a previous commitment. But I'm going to see if he'll join us tomorrow. I don't know.
Yep, it's okay. People still has a life. That's great. That's great. What they have a life. Yeah, we would like to have more people here, right? Yeah.
That's true, but you know what? Um, we have to be able to enjoy. I think that I have to be able to enjoy myself by myself and with others. So even if there was nobody around, I would keep the feed going, and I would probably be, I don't know, reading something, getting more wine, or I don't know, uh, singing, dance. No dancing.
No, not singing. Not at that point. Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna do that later, maybe. Not in the first time.
That's not gonna happen. Nope,
Okay, okay,
nope, nope. Uh-uh. It's a,
okay.
hey, it's that bad. It's like, hey, somebody tells me either you dance or I shoot your sister. I'm going to say, sorry, sweetie, you're dying. No dancing. No dancing.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah, very bad one too. But yeah, um, you know what? We're going through a lot of stuff right now. By we, I mean the whole planet, everybody, with this COVID-19 and all the reactions that go from the very serious to the very ridiculous. Um, there's a lot of hope. I have a lot of hope that, well, I know that this is also going to pass. This is not going to last forever.
Of course not.
And when it's finally over, or at least under control, I believe that people in general, people as a human race, are going to. Well, I hope that people as a human race are going to feel closer together, understand each other more, and appreciate how lucky we are to live in the world, and the times that we live, even when we're going through hard times like this.
Yep, I agree. Totally agree with that. And I think people gonna be, yeah, gonna be more appreciated in the simple things what they had before, and they actually not recognize that simple things. But when we had that situation, right, we just lose them. That's so small simple things. We just
Because we
lose them.
take them for granted.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
And right
I'm
right now,
100% sure. I'm 100% sure that when this social distancing is over, I am 100% sure that one of the first people that you're going to hug is Laura's teacher.
No, actually, no.
Like, okay, thank you, take her,
Maybe I know what maybe of the parents, yes, because especially if they have like 2 or 3 kids, maybe yes, but um, if you correct organizing the child and you have a very good relationship with the child, it's not gonna bother you like so much. Of course, it's like to stay in at home, it's like a 24/7 with a child and not have a break. It's really work. But right now, the family, I think the family, it's much closer, and I don't know. It's like it's for me. It feels like a more connected because before we just had a like a life, and that was like a routine. But that was like a fresh break. What we supposed to be together, and we actually know each other from the different ways. Because we all growing, you know, each child is growing and her preferences are changing so fast, and sometimes we not have a time to understand and realize because it's changing so fast. And right now we have time to see that changes and to just to be together with that changes. That's actually I'm not calling that's the time to be at home with the family. It's a bad time. No, of course the reason it's really bad, but to stay at home, it's a good reason. It's not a good reason. It's a good time to be at home with the family and to spend more time with the family and focus on the family. Yeah, that's what I would like to tell. Yeah,
I remember a time when I mean I grew up in a nice, by nice I don't mean like it was, you know, rich or posh neighborhood, but it was nice because it was very, for the most part, it was friendly. Back then there were very little cars parked on the street, so we could play on the street. I wasn't really allowed outside during weekdays. My mom being a single mom, he was working all the time. So as a general rule, I could be at school, I could be at my grandma's house, or I could be home. That's it. So in a point, maybe that prepared me for this, right? Because I had to stay home. I could go out anywhere I like, but there is a particular measurement. I could go anywhere I liked as long as I could hear my mom yell my name.
good point.
Problem is that on windy days, that on calm days when there's no wind or nothing, that the voice didn't carry, I couldn't go far, because if my mom yells and I can't hear her, so I had more or less an idea, you know, as a kid you kind of you're right. Oh, sorry. So William texted me. He says he says hello to everybody, hello to Olga, and thank you for going to see his show.
Nice. So good response. Yeah.
So where was I? So I kind of grew up indoors. So for me, this is I'm just indoors. But I have other friends that lived in really, really, really bad neighborhoods. Also from single parent families. And for them, it's like, you know what? When we grew up, it was a bad neighborhood. We weren't really allowed outside, so I stayed at home. Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, it's too bad. Allergy season, I guess. Anyways, so it's not really a big deal. It might be a generational thing, because you know I'm 47, so I'm right in the middle of Generation X. And Generation X, if I recall correctly, it was called Generation X because nobody knew what they wanted. Because all we wanted to do as a generation, and still to this day, is to do as little as possible and leave us alone. You know?
It's a very
But
interesting description.
But we were
So
still
I'm in a,
we could make a meal out of whatever was in the kitchen.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, and actually that's point to have just a limited sources. It's actually inspire me to start to cook, to start create, to read more cooking books, to start to do something, because nobody actually, yeah, we have some lesson in a school like a home cooking little bit, but that was like a limited lessons, and that's limitation in the food make us creative and make us like a very good start point in life. I don't know how our children gonna start to cook, because my child is really not interested in that. So yeah, yeah. So
I can answer that. YouTube.
Yeah, so we're supposed to probably show them how to do that, because they have a lot of choices right now. It's not limitation. You can just have wherever they like. That's a very good unlimited choices to make a very nice creations with the food. It's not only in the food, it's like in a different aspects also.
Everything. You can learn how to do anything through YouTube.
But they supposed to have that desire, but that desire right now covered more in like a computer technologies, instead of to create something with the hands, they just still just stuck with the computers, and
right.
That's not bad, but they're supposed to have a breaks to do some real stuff,
I think I want to add something to what you're saying, is that many, like you said, many years ago, somebody would have to teach you something, right? Or you'd have to learn from them, because people can learn from others without the others having to teach them, just by looking, right?
Yeah.
And that is how most people nowadays are learning, by observing others do it. That's why YouTube and all these video platforms, Vimeo, all of them, when they have the do-it-yourself videos of how to make an upside down cake, and you have just a normal person, just like you and I are, right, doing an upside down cake, but that makes it easier for us to relate to them. Okay, I wouldn't be. I mean, I don't. I'm not. Honestly, I love to watch Gordon Ramsay or Rachel Ray or any of these TV chefs. I like to watch them, but I just sit to watch. I don't sit to learn, because it's a show. Now, you see a YouTuber, probably with maybe from their phone, or maybe from their whatever, even expensive setups, but it feels like somebody who's just a normal person, just like you and I are, is sharing something. So I'm being entertained, I'm being informed, and I'm being educated by basically the world, and I think that's good. Where I think that there is a little bit of loss is that, I think you touched on it, is the intimate interaction. You see, if I teach my child, I don't have children, but if I teach my child how to sweep and mop and take care of the house and do what they call chores, it's just basically maintenance. It's something that child needs to learn: do laundry, iron, sew, put on a button or whatever. This is basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
When I teach my child to do that, it reinforces the bond and and the intimacy between me and that person, whether that person is a child or a student or whatever. And that is the limit of do-it-yourself videos and tutorials. And this is not a new problem, by the way, because you have to, if you remember back in the, 70s, for instance, and the 80s, we did have what I would call the precursor to all of this is the tapes and the discs teaching other people languages and all that stuff. That is more of the same. It's just that now it's more advanced and more efficient. But there is no the art of transmitting knowledge gets a little bit lost and more industrialized in that way, which carries with it a loss of intimacy, and not a loss, I'd say a less human intimacy, human connection, human interaction. But the irony of it is that all of this, I think, is what made social media so powerful, because what we're doing is that since there are ways that we are, as technology advances, we are being so, if I may say so, dehumanized. We are looking for ways of coming back together. That's why social media has been such a big hit for the last 20 years. And not only that, I think I briefly mentioned or talked about this with Carrie early during this brunch. Is that one of the good things that's happening right now with COVID-19, and it has to do with the social media aspect and with the dehumanization of learning, is that no matter how much YouTube is out there or how many do-it-yourself videos, these do-it-yourself videos, these YouTubers, what they're looking is for connection.
Of course, yeah.
What we're doing here is looking for connection, and now in the COVID-19, we're missing each other. We're you see, before COVID-19, you talk to your friends, let's say, every 3 months or every 4 months. Now we're doing a virtual happy hour and we see them every day.
That's great. That's what I like.
I'm exaggerating because I love my friends, but seeing them every day is going to be too much. One of us is going to go crazy. I'm already crazy. So anyway, point is that we're this is what I said to Carrie. What I said to Carrie was that I don't like to call this social distancing, because in fact it's the opposite. I like to call it physical distancing, because when you think about it, socially speaking, it's just that the connections have changed so much over the past decades that now the quality of our connections are supported by all this technology. So the same technology that is driving us apart is bringing us together in a sense. Especially right now that we cannot be physically together. We have to be physically distant, but that does not mean that we have to be antisocial. That does not mean that we have to, break with our connections. In fact, all of this is helping us. It's helping the people that are not so close, because we miss them.
I think that situation what's going on right now is like a COVID-19. It's actually give us and all people the break for being more connected with each other, because we were so busy with the works and with all that stuff, and that's exactly the same what you told. Yeah, so sometimes we was connected, and right now we have the perfect time to just refresh all that connections and to see all that meanings with the relationship what we have. So it's like, yeah, that's great. I totally not tell that what it's a bad thing for the people. Of course it's bad because that disease, right? but it's mentally, and for the people got a break of everything, and just it just was a point to realize what the real life is, you know, because we was automatically living, not thinking much about the stuff, and right now we just have that point to stop and think about important stuff what we have, you know. So
Yeah,
that's what
I think you said it best. Yes, of course. You know, as you see in the news, there is the economic impact. You know, people are losing their jobs. All of that is sad.
very sad. That's true. That's very, very sad.
It's sad, but you know, to over summarize or oversimplify, one of my favorite stories from Edgar Allan Poe is called Silence. Human beings are okay and even at their best when there's a lot going on, when there's turmoil, when there's challenge. But if you curse them with silence, they go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's an author, and if I mention his name, I'll probably get in trouble. His name is Jordan Peterson. He postulates that the way to live is to always walk on the line between order and chaos. Because if you live a completely orderly life, it's completely boring. And if you live a completely chaotic life, it's completely unlivable. I mean, that's one of my understandings of what I've read, and I tend to agree with that. So yes, there's a lot of sad stuff happening. People are getting sick. People are losing their jobs. Some of them may not get it back. But I think that humans, the we as a society and humans in general are very resilient, very creative. We're going to get past this, and we're going to be better off. I think we're going to apply the lessons learned and move on and really focus, like you said before, on the important and valuable things. You know?
Yeah, and what I would like to say from myself, of course, that's a losing of jobs. It's a very sad thing. But I think at that point, when the people actually lose a work, and some of the people, it's just making a work like a, you know, like a robots, and some of the people really not like their works. And I think that's gonna be the point what the people gonna take out some of creations what they have inside, and they're gonna activate that sources what they have inside themselves, and that's gonna be completely different people. I think that's gonna be more open people and more talented people gonna be show up, because sometimes people just having a works and have some talented people what working in completely different directions. And right now, when they lose a work, they're gonna open that talents to just develop themselves in a different direction. That's gonna be more interesting people around. What I'm trying to tell, it's not a bad thing. It's completely not a bad thing. Lose work, they're gonna restructure. I don't know how to describe
I think I know what you mean. Restructure, recreate, come up with new ideas.
That's gonna activate your
first to something new.
That's gonna activate your sources what you did not use before. You know, it's like gonna be the completely.
You reminded me of a saying, of a phrase. in Spanish that I learned in Puerto Rico. I don't know where it comes from, but roughly translated, it says necessity or need. Necessity. I think necessity is or necessity or need is the mother of all invention.
So,
I mean, and that's kind of true. Or sometimes struggle is, you have, like you said, you have to get creative to get through this, and you have to get creative to grow from this.
mm-hmm. Activate
So, yeah.
your personal sources to go through. And many people just staying at home, they bored, they just thinking what to do with the time what they actually have.
Uh-huh.
And what I check that a lot of videos, people start to draw, they start to create something, they return to the sewing, like especially like masks. They could sew. They didn't. They know they can sew, but they just can do that. Very
They
go.
start recording video.
So very go. Boom. And a boom. Very go.
Look, I'm gonna sign off now. It's only, well, we only have about 13 minutes left of the whole session, anyways. But I'll sign off now. I don't think a lot of people are gonna continue signing on, but for those people who are watching live in our stream, thank you for joining. Please join us tomorrow again at 11 a.m. We'll be here from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday until May 3, 2020. Then on May 4, we'll see what happens with the stay-at-home order, right? Anyway, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Make sure that everybody in your family got what they need, particularly tend to the needs of our eldest population, because they are at significantly more risk for the most part, and try to follow CDC guidelines. If you need to know what those guidelines are, there's this thing invented over 20 years ago called Google, and it can help you find it. All right. Anyways, have fun. Hope you enjoyed our brunch talks. This was amazing. I will post this video on YouTube after I, cut it down to eliminate empty spaces and add some commentary. Olga, thank you for joining us. Carrie from Woodenville Wine Blog, who left earlier, thank you for joining us as well. We hope to see you tomorrow and next week. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye now.
Well, friends, that's it for today. All right. Don't forget to check out WoodenvilleWineblog.com for all things Woodenville wine. They have lots of great information and connect you to the best of events in the Woodenville wine industry. Please don't forget to leave your comments below, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and visit our Facebook and Instagram pages. This is all for now. See you next time.